Nope. That's not it. We knew it. Get it going. Let's go on a Thursday morning. It's July 18th. Paul's in Moscow, not Moscow.
It's pronounced Moscow.
Toyota's going to the Olympics. Chinese car software and Gen Z. You know, we got to have our weekly Gen Z conversation.
Gen Z. I mean, I kind of feel like I do because I have Gen Z children. So I have a weekly Gen Z. I've been having a lot of Gen Z conversations lately. It is so weird being on West Coast time. I don't think I live in Pacific time zone. I would just feel like I was behind all the time. Like everybody else is doing something.
Everybody else is halfway through their day. Like
it's a
just
weird
getting
feeling.
up. But I know so many West Coast people that do like they just get their day started at 6 o'clock just for the heck of it. They're like everybody else is at 9 o'clock and 8 o'clock, so I'll just be here at 6 o'clock and get
that makes a ton of sense because I don't know, just you got to. The car business is like moving. I mean, you think about how David Long does it, right? Where it's like 6 a.m. and he's running all things used cars on Friday, right? And just like I've been up.
That's the way it goes.
I know it.
Yeah,
I know it.
Hey, Paul, I don't know. I think we thought about talking about this Monday, but we were on a golf course and we totally forgot about it. But we have released a sneak peek that I don't even know if we have a graphic or anything like that for. Nathan's he's about to kill me right now. But if you go to ASOTUcon.com, you can find, look at there it is. We got a little graphic. You can go to ASOTUcon.com, get a little sneak peek of the vibe that we're going to have next year. The dates are there. You can drop your email in there. You will be, if you drop your email in there, I don't care if you're on our email list. We'll make sure that you're the first to know that something's happening. Tickets are dropping, hotels are announced, all of that. So go to ASOTUcon.com, drop your email in there. You also get our daily email if you don't already. You get a little sneak peek at the brand, and you'll be first in line to know exactly when tickets all the goods drop.
I was like, what are you going to say? We really did forget that because we were so excited about it last Friday because we were like working on, we got the designs in from actually he's the designer who has done all the ASOTUcon main aesthetics. He works for a big tech company now, but he's still he's a head motion designer, but he still hooks us up. And boy, did he come through for ASOTUcon 25. It looks unlike anything else that we've ever done. And I've seen, and it just, it's amazing. Go check a look. You'll get the vibes and the energy. And I can't believe it. We were so excited about it on Friday. We could barely talk. we forgot. This week has been so much. It's just been so much like disparate travel. We were in Atlanta. Now I'm in Moscow, Idaho. And it's like the week is gone. The week is gone already. Hey, we're releasing, dropping a new Auto Collabs. That's our other podcast, a little bit longer form, drops today. We're talking with Devin Daly, the CEO of Impel, who obviously just acquired Outcell for $100 million at the late last week, talking about building AI authority in the automotive vertical. But we also talk about some of the beginnings of the company, get to see a little side of Devin. If you don't know him or don't know kind of where they've come from or why they're doing what they're doing, this podcast will give you a little insight into that. So check that out. Just go to any podcast platform or YouTube and search ASOTU. I'm sorry, ASOTU. If you search ASOTU, you get all our podcasts, but the podcast title is Auto Collabs. All right, let's get into some news.
Let's get into it.
I can't believe this is only a week away as the 2024 Paris Olympics begin next Friday in Paris. Toyota is set to deploy, get this, over 2,600 electric and fuel cell vehicles, 50 electric scooters. They're going to be used to transport athletes, officials, volunteers, spectators. This may be their last year as the official mobility sponsor. Costs a lot of money. It's a huge activation. I mean, just think about what 2,600 cars looks like. Like,
golly, just that alone.
Realize that.
Yeah.
And they got to get all of those to Paris and have somebody responsible for them. And it's unbelievable. Even just the logistics. Basically, they're trying to showcase 10 different applications of hydrogen fuel cell technology, EV technology, leasing. Even hydrogen powered city buses. Like, where are they getting these things? They're going to retrofit these things with Toyota's hospital. It's just a lot of stuff. 1,000
unbelievable
Mirai hydrogen powered vehicles. Remember those? Like there was a lot of talk around those in California this year, right? They were cutting the price to try to because the hydrogen plants were closing or the hydrogen fueling stations. 500 cars for the official fleet. The FC, what's an FC fuel cell EV? The Helix, it's a pickup truck.
EV. Yep.
Is going to be supporting the equestrian events. So might be their final year.
Everywhere.
$835 million deal it's been. So almost $1 billion. Obviously, almost 3 billion people tuned in last year. So that's like half of the world's population. Here's a quote from the manager of sports sponsorship marketing at Toyota. His name's Brock Cartledge. He says, "This is truly the only time we have a global campaign across all distributors around the world and dealerships in the US." Here's where it ties back. Dealerships in the US also are going to get some love because there have been point of sale materials for salespeople to engage with customers at the dealership. They're going to have watch parties, and they're encouraging their dealer network to, quote, bring Paris to the dealerships.
Look, this one right here is like, it is bump set, like softball pitch over the, if you are a Toyota dealership and you are not planning something, anything, I don't know, a watch party, I it doesn't really matter, like wear your Jersey Fridays or something like that, like lean into this. You have probably the entire population already getting obliterated with Toyota stuff on the daily. And when they come into the showroom, for them to feel like they're engulfed with that same interaction and like activations or like, I mean, shoot, you know, I'm thinking of like Bob Rohrman Toyota, the one we went to. It's like they got the Plinko game. Like it's like all the Olympics games that you could do alongside of that, right? Like little games to increase engagement in the showroom or in service to like drive retention, drive loyalty, drive like the brand connection to what people are already seeing. The opportunities are endless.
I also feel like there's a lot of conversation in how dealers can reach into some minority buying segments. And the Olympics is a time, and especially in the streaming world where you can get access to all the matches and all the events, this is a great opportunity to say, hey, if there's a demographic, a minority buying segment you want to like reach into further or cultivate relationships you already have, do a watch party around some event where their country is featured prominently. And I feel like they'll never forget that. Right. And it's a time to celebrate it. So lots of opportunity.
I'm like, I just want to quit the podcast right now. Call all of my Toyota friends and be like, I got ideas. I got ideas.
So many. But either way, I haven't watched do you watch the Olympics?
I'm like the guy that finds the badminton. I find the
just love
pong. I love the little unique things. Yeah. Like
it is the unique
soccer and the basketball. That's fine and everything. But I like the little one-offs that you never find. Breakdancing is going to be a part of it this year.
You've got to be.
I'm not even kidding you. Yeah.
Okay.
Summer Olympics.
Maybe Summer Olympics in 2028 they'll have podcasting as an event.
We're in. It's over.
All right. Well,
no segue off of that.
Speaking of the U.S. Commerce Department. Oh, we don't have a button. Okay, I thought maybe. Thank you.
All the money.
This is a little bit less fun, but still international implications. The U.S. Commerce Department will soon propose new rules on connected vehicles as early as next month, targeting specifically software from China and other what they would call adversarial nations. New rules focus on key vehicle components, software management, with an aim to ensure that critical software is sourced from allied countries. Export Controls Chief Alan Estevez emphasized security risks posed by foreign software and cars, along with others, hinting that the Biden administration could take some level of what they were calling extreme action. The Chinese Foreign Ministry, on the other hand, argues U.S. actions violate market principles, stating Chinese manufactured vehicles are born in a fierce competitive market, touting strong tech innovation. Biden administration proposed sharp hikes on tariffs, as we know, on electric cars, Chinese electric vehicles, and other goods. And they expect these to be in place by August 1st. I didn't realize they were coming that quickly, but less than 10 days from now. Estevez said a modern car has a lot of software in it. It's taking a lot of pictures. It has a drive system. It's connected to your phone. It knows who you call. It knows where you go. It knows a lot about you. If that doesn't make you think twice, I don't know what will.
Yeah, I mean, I'm glad that there's something coming for this. Obviously, all of these companies are repositioning as data companies, so it's going to come. There's going to be a big headwind on any of these proposed rules. But from a consumer perspective, like cars are now equivalent to telecom at this point. And so you're going to see auto manufacturing software side of the business get the same regulations, most likely that telecom sees. And so it's something that we're going to see more and more of as lawmakers start to get wind of all of the data the car has access to. I get it. It stinks because it kind of like slows down progress at some level, but also it's probably very necessary because the same things that phones have access to, now cars have access to, and probably in greater detail.
I'm just waiting for the movie to come out, where 10,000 EVs all of a sudden just start doing whatever they want and like converging on like Washington, D.C., something like that. It's funny to talk about. I was thinking about it last night, and I think you just think of EVs, but I guess they just have a higher level of autonomy than ICE vehicles do. And I don't know if it's just because the way they start, right? Like they just start moving as opposed to like an engine firing up. But I guess it's all the same controls. Without a doubt, when you start thinking of like, we know that Tesla, for instance, gathers 1 billion frames of video every day. And you start thinking about that, like, yeah, they are like kind of little surveillance vehicles.
Absolutely.
Right? That can connect to the internet and that can move on their own. What could possibly go wrong?
Possibly go wrong?
It's always the trade-off, right? Like this level of security for giving up some level of privacy or freedom. And so it will be, I mean, this is a car. It's always been like a small device, a phone, a television that has a camera, a PlayStation, and now it's a car, right?
Yep.
It's outside all the time, connecting.
Speaking of big tech.
Stop. Segue. Time.
A new study shows that Gen Z's career aspirations may be changing, with tech giants actually starting to lose their allure. A National Society of High School Scholars survey of over 10,000 Gen Zers, that's pretty good sample size,
that is
reveals the evolving preferences of Americans' future elite professionals. Students are prioritizing companies that, one, treat their workforce well, two, is impacted by tech's harsh layoff practices, while frontline worker heroism during the pandemic has made healthcare a top career choice. So the top 10 places to work, listen to this: St. Jude's Children's Research Hospital, Mayo Clinic, Healthcare Service Corp, local hospitals, then the FBI, NASA, Google, Amazon, Apple, and Disney. Google actually dropped, Amazon dropped, Tesla dropped to number 33, Instagram dropped to number 48, and Facebook dropped to 94. So some of these big tech companies not seeing those top spots anymore like they have in previous generations. Here's the automotive top ones: Tesla sitting in at number 33, just mentioned that, Mercedes-Benz at 39, Ford at 62, and Toyota at 79. It's also worth mentioning, we love this. This is right up the gut for us, that over 75% of students are also interested in pursuing entrepreneurship at some point in their career. Christine Cruz Vergara from career matchmaking app Handshake noted they're using their full-time job as a safety net to make sure that they have steady income, that they're able to pay their bills, and that they're able to save. So that mass layoff thing happening in the tech world is definitely it goes against the safety net persona for sure.
I mean, it definitely is influenced, I think, by who is hiring and who is not. In the article, it clicked through in the show notes. There's the writer was talking about back when they were in the same position when they were younger, and finance. A lot of people were going into finance, and then the Lehman Brothers thing happened. And then a lot of people changed their perception because of the brand perception of the industry at large. Tech has obviously been the darling of like highly educated, highly talented students coming out of high school or coming out of college, going to careers. That seems to be shifting. I am surprised about the healthcare ones being the top four. Some people think that maybe because of the heroism that was, you know, portrayed during the COVID pandemic, seeing this as like an altruistic career. It's almost like the few, the proud, the Marines, like who wants to do this? It'll be interesting to see how this shakes out. I still think that even though there are some automotive manufacturers on there, I think there's still so much opportunity for the auto industry, at especially large groups, to start to scoop up some of this big talent, because more and more we're having conversations around the auto industry, even at the retail level, needing tech savvy, finance savvy, process savvy people coming into it. So I think as we make more of a space, we may actually move up on this list.
Yeah, and it's a resilient industry that makes it through pandemics and recessions and all that, and also doesn't see a massive amount of layoffs in the tech sector. So great opportunity if we brand it right. That's for sure.
Yeah, they should watch this show. What's the show called?
I don't know. It's something like More Than Cars.
More Than Cars. More Than Cars.
Hey, we're all about being about more than cars. So whether you're creating Olympics or, you know, giving Gen Z's jobs, making it today about so much more than cars.